With 4 wins at the 2024 Ennies, including Best Game, one RPG has cast a long shadow over the tabletop role-playing hobby. Are you ready to light your torch and delve into the depths of ShadowDark? Hey there, adventurers. Welcome back to Short Rest Studios. I'm Judd, and today I'm going to walk you through creating your first ShadowDark RPG character. But first, on September 10th, my friend Anto at Icarus Games is launching the Sidequest Year 3 Annual. Sidequest is a best-selling monthly zine overflowing with content for game masters and players alike. I'll link to a sample issue below. The Year 3 Annual brings 12 issues of SideQuest to print for the first time in a gorgeous hardback book that includes new fantastic locations, 20 plus new monsters, 30 plus magic items, new player options, new factions, world building articles, GM advice, iconic NPCs, and a ton more. The mechanical content in the book is D&D 5e compatible, but there's plenty of inspiration for you no matter what system you play. Digital and physical pledges are available when the Kickstarter launches on September 10th, and you can back it at the link in the description. ShadowDark gives you the option of beginning at level 0 with a gauntlet, much like Dungeon Crawl Classic's infamous funnel adventures. But creating a 0-level character is just a slightly stripped down version of the level 1 process, so today we're going to walk through creating a first level character. I'll point out the differences when they come up. By the way, when you download the ShadowDark Quick Start, you get this great fillable PDF character sheet. To create your fledgling first level hero, you begin with stats: strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. We roll 3d6 to determine each stat in order, no cheating, adventurers. Now there is an optional rule that says if none of your stats hit 14 or higher, you can roll them all again. If your GM allows it, this rule will actually make for a more playable character, and frankly, you're probably going to die, so take all the help you can get. I rolled 8 for strength, 13 for dex, 7 for con. Man, I'm a wuss so far. 8 intelligence, 9 wisdom, not very smart either, and 15 for charisma. I am not strong, I am not smart, but I am quite charming. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in my bonuses. That gives me -1 for strength, +1 for dexterity, -2 for constitution, -1 for intelligence, -1 for wisdom, and a +2 for charisma. This may well be the worst character I've rolled in my life, and you are all here to witness it. Now that we've rolled our stats, it's time to choose our ancestry. You can choose from Dwarf, Elf, Goblin, Half-Orc, Halfling, or Human. And of course there are advantages to each one. Dwarves get a hit point bonus, Goblins can't be surprised, stuff like that. But humans get an additional talent, which we'll come to later. And given the fact that this character isn't inherently good at much, I might need that extra help, so human it is. But of course you choose whichever one sounds the most fun to you. And then I get to speak common and one other language. Goblin sounds fun. Let's go with Goblin. So now for our class. This is the fun stuff. It's also the first difference between levels 0 and 1. Level 0 characters don't choose a class. ShadowDark has 4 classes: Fighter, Priest, Thief, and Wizard. And you can, of course, choose whichever class you'd like to play. That's totally up to you. There's literally no wrong choice. I want to play to my strengths, and since Dex and Charisma are my highest stats, I'm going with Thief. The Thief has low hit points. I mean, relatively, everybody has low HP in ShadowDark, but I get to backstab, which means I deal extra damage on surprise attacks, and I'm good at, well, thieving. Plus, I get advantage on climbing, sneaking, finding traps, stuff like that. So here's where I roll 2d6 for my talent. Of course, if you're creating a level 0 character, you don't do this because you are classless, my friend. Normally at first level you get to roll for 1 talent, but because my character is human, I get to roll for a second. First, I rolled an 11, which gives me +1 to melee and ranged attacks. Awesome. For my second talent, I rolled a 7, which means I get +2 to strength, dexterity, or charisma. I think again I'm going to play to my strengths and add that to my dex, which brings it to 15 and ups my bonus to +2. Hey, it would mean a lot to me if you'd consider supporting Short Rest Studio by joining the Adventurers Guild either on Patreon or via YouTube memberships. There are links to both below. Your affordable monthly subscription gets you great perks and helps me keep creating this content. Now for my hit points, I roll my class's HP die and add my con modifier. Now, this is where it's going to get really awful for me. My con modifier is a -2. My HP die is a D4, and that means the most HP I can have is 2, and the minimum is 1. So I've got a sneaking suspicion I'm going to have 1 hit point. I mean, I could have picked another class, but I still think being a thief is probably this unfortunate soul's best chance at survival. Yes! I got 2. Now we roll on a d20 table for our background. This has no codified mechanical effect in the game, but much like the old school RPGs it harkens back to, ShadowDark gives your GM license to decide if your background gives you any advantage in a situation. A 5 gets me banished. Your people cast you out for supposed crimes. That's fair. Now we choose our alignment: chaotic, lawful, or neutral. A chaotic character is pretty much in it for themselves no matter what. A lawful character is concerned for the overall greater good. Neutral, of course, means you fall in the middle depending on the situation. I don't want my thief to be a total jerk, so I'm choosing neutral. I get so excited about rolling the dice, I forgot to actually add my class to the character sheet. So I'll do that now, and I'll go ahead and fill in my level and current XP, which is, of course, 0. By the way, you see a slot for a deity there. There are several in the book to choose from. You can pick one if you'd like, but at this point, it doesn't really matter to your character unless you're a priest. Now we add our title. There are lists of titles for each class based on level and alignment. So as a neutral level 1 thief, my title is robber. Wow, how descriptive. Finally, we get to starting gear and armor class. As a first level character, I start with 2d6 times 5 gold pieces to buy gear from the list on page 34 in the core book. At level 0, you'd roll a d4 and choose that many items from the smaller list on page 33. Alright, I rolled 9, which gives me 45 gold pieces. I can math. There's a good list of gear, and I'm not going to get into all the details, but I'll walk you through what I'm choosing and why. ShadowDark uses a slot system for gear. You can carry a number of items equal to your strength or 10, whichever is higher. Since I'm a total weakling, I can carry 10. As a thief, I get a free-to-carry set of thieves' tools. Thieves can use clubs, crossbows, daggers, short bows, or short swords. I'm not strong and have a very low HP, so I need a ranged weapon. I like crossbows. It costs me 8 GP and does 1d6 damage. I'm going to grab some leather armor because I can't afford mithril armor yet, and I'm also going to grab 2 daggers for 1 gold each because I can use those in melee or throw them. Then I'm filling it out with 20 crossbow bolts because the crossbow is useless without them, a flint and steel to light my torch, which you need because it's dark, 3 rations so I don't starve to death immediately, a rope, and a grappling hook. That puts me at 20 gold left. Now for a name. Now, of course, you can choose whatever name you like, but the ShadowDark core book has a d20 table of names based on Ancestry, and rolling dice is fun. 10. That means my name is Geralt. Geralt the Thief, likely the first to die. There you go, adventurers. I hope that helps you get a handle on creating your first ShadowDark character. If you have questions, drop them in the comments and let me know what other ShadowDark videos you'd like to see. And don't forget to check out the membership levels in the Adventurers Guild by clicking the join button below this video or visiting patreon.com/shortreststudios.